Well, folks, I'm back. This is part two of the second video. As you can see on the wall, that is some sinker cypress that we pull up, made a sign out of the top piece with Louisiana in it. That piece right there that you see in the center with the hole in it, that is actually a piece of a root system off of a big cypress tree that we pulled up. And I just carved it and cut on it to make a little cool little shelf. And you can see piece down below is just a art piece that I entitled Running Wild. Okay, we can go on a little further over. You could see up top we got some cypress. I did a little natural piece I painted in distressed. And we're gonna go back around this way a little bit and let's get to the cool stuff that I really like. Well, first, before I get to that part of the store, I want to show you this piece right here. This piece right here, it's a red piece of red cypress. We don't find too much of this particular type of cypress. As you can see, it's a rather large piece, but it's very unique piece. Okay, let's move on around. And in moving, so you can see I got more than cypress in here. I got old vintage little figurines. They're old, a lot of them. You know, we got little jars. We got steins from the 70s and 60s. Vases. Let's move on to my favorite part. All right, let's zoom down here. Now, what we have, I'm gonna pick it up, try to turn it around a little bit for you where you can see it. This is a carved out centerpiece bowl that I made. I'm gonna sit it down and reverse it. You can see the back side. I left the bark on it. And nowhere in the state, nowhere in the United States are you going to find these handcrafted sinker cypress centuries-old bowls. They're one of a kind. They are going to be, and they will be, statement pieces in your home. And I can just reverse it back around when you can see and let you take a look at it. That's the way she looked, just sitting on your table. Okay, we're gonna move on, and we got another one right here. This bowl right here in the center, I'm picking it up, kind of identify which one we're focusing on. I'm just gonna turn it over and let you look at the back side of it. And I'm gonna back away. I know it's kind of shaking right now, but let me let you focus. That's the bottom side of it. God's creation, the way it come out of the water. The top look just like that as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it back over where you can see the top. What I've done to make it useful for mankind. There she go. As you can see, you got your bottom where you can put stuff in it. And I'm gonna walk around to the back and let you see the back side. And you can see right next door to it is another one that I did. That's a Peke cypress bowl. It's kind of like a catch-all. We're gonna kind of walk around and come to the back side of that bowl I just got through showing you. See the back side of it, and you can see how I carved it out to make it accessible for keys, whatever, ink pens, pencils, whatever a person want to put in them. Okay, and let's slide over to the left a little bit, and you can see that's my version of a dough bowl. That's a cedar dough bowl that I carved out of some swamp cedar. that come out of the Tickfall Highlands region. Okay, and let me turn it over. And by the way, folks, these pieces, you can go to my Google my business, or Google Bayous Best Restoration and Antiques, and you will see these products. And I have price listing on them, and I have most of these listed, and I'm gonna keep updating it. But y'all have to bear with Google, because Google is going through a lot of stuff too with the COVID-19, because a lot of the functionality of the website, it's kind of going through something just like everybody else right now. So, and if y'all will, if you can also go to my Facebook page, Bayous Best Restoration and Antiques, on my Facebook page, and you can see some of this stuff as well, and some of the stuff I've previously done, where you can kind of get a clue of what I do, what I'm about, and my passion. I'm very passionate with these bowls, and with anything I do is reference to these pieces of cypress. All right, now look at that bowl. Nowhere in the state of Louisiana, nowhere in the United States, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to find sinker cypress, centuries old cypress. Let's move on. I'm going to move on and show y'all some other stuff we do. In doing so, antique bowls, pitchers, standing cypress, cast iron. Bayous Best, we try to keep it authentic. Nail barrel, and we cut mantles, fireplace mantles. Check that mantle out, folks. Sinker cypress. We cut that from a sinker cypress log pulled out of Tickfall. You got your antique tins, Prince Albert, pepper. You got your lamps, lanterns, oil lamps. And for my older customers, like myself, the flit gun or the bug sprayer right there. And we're gonna zoom up a little higher. Welcome sign cut out of sinker cypress. Compliments of Tigwell Custom. He cuts those crosses and cut the welcome sign in the cypress. We work in conjunction together on those little projects. I'm gonna zoom up top and let y'all see Speedy up to the top. We're gonna climb up, and that's Speedy. That's a piece of sinker cypress that we cut. That's a fairly large piece, all the way up to the top, the lighter color. That's a fairly large piece that we cut. Look nice on someone's wall. It's a statement piece and a half, folks. You have to see it in person. It is beautiful. And if you want something unique for your home, you want something different, ladies, I know how the ladies really do not like to be duplicated in no other way. They want to have their own, and I promise you, these pieces here, nowhere else in the world will anybody ever have one of them. Wall decor above the phone, just an art piece. Put it on your wall and just let God's beauty shine through. To the right, you got another piece. Folks, nowhere in the state of Louisiana, nowhere in the United States will you find these type pieces, one-of-a-kind pieces. And I'm gonna zoom around slowly. Another look at that mantle from a different perspective. And we cut those. For whoever want one, we'll cut them. Just let you kind of look around through the store. We got old barrels. old whiskey barrels, old record players. We try to keep it authentic, antique, vintage. Old chest of drawers. That product is also, I have it listed on Google, the dimensions, but the dimensions, she's 53 inches wide. She's right at 50 inches tall. She's got 6 drawers. She's a huge chest of drawers. She's nice. Now we're gonna scan through. Let y'all see we got a little crystal. We got Murano glass, cypress, stunning, statement piece, rustic. And folks, I do a lot of custom. I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna zoom around slowly. And I'm gonna show y'all some other stuff that I created here recently. This is my latest creation. We're gonna scan up. We're gonna pan up. If you can see suspended shelving. Try to get a little closer where you could see how it's configured. Up top, you will see a thick, round, look like a stick, but that is a cypress limb that I altered and got grass rope hanging through it, well balanced. The configuration on the ceiling, how she's configured. It's about 2.5 inches thick, and it's totally round, all live edge, and got your knots creating a nice look, one of a kind look. And I'm gonna slightly scan to the right and check, and where you can see this, a different style of a hanging shelf. Let me carefully move around. There it is. Suspended shelf. And I create all different types. All I need is your measurements for your window size, and we can make it happen. We can do a single shelf, or we can do double. If you want 3, we can do 3. However you choose. Folks, for now, this is Douglas Ennis of Bayous Best Restoration and Antiques. I'm gonna sign off now, and I hope everything works out right with this, because just like I said, folks, I like to beat on wood, carve, restore antique furniture. I'm not no electronic guy. I'm not, I just hope this come out good. This is my first time. I don't profess to be no professional, but I profess to be professional with doing these bowls. It's my passion. Not electronics. Thank y'all, folks. Check me out on Bayous Best Restoration and Antiques on Google. You can Google me, or you can Facebook me. And you can go on my Google webpage. We got a Google webpage, Bayous Best Restoration and Antiques. And again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all please be careful out there. And let's kind of keep it tight at home, and let's try to keep this thing contained where it don't get any worse. So I know one day, God's grace, it's going to be over, and we'll be back out doing what we do. Thank y'all so much for visiting the site and putting up with my little my videos. Thanks.